The last hinge on the door, awareness without confirmation. Awareness does not require confirmation. That is the final step, the last hinge holding the door shut. The paradox of enlightenment is that once you have it, once you see, you realize it never needed to be acknowledged by anyone else. This is the point at which the great separation occurs, the divide between those who seek validation for their awareness and those who simply are aware. Most people, when they embark on the journey of truth, do so with a subconscious expectation that they will be understood, that others will see what they see, that their realization will be recognized, accepted, even celebrated, that they will find like minds who will affirm their experience. But those expectations are remnants of the old self, the self that still clings to collective agreement, to the illusion that awareness needs a witness to be real. And that is where most falter. That is the final challenge, the last test. Because when you reach the door, when you stand at the threshold between limited perception and limitless existence, you must leave behind everything that binds you to the old way of seeing. And that includes the need to be seen. Existence beyond the human lens. A recurring infinite universe does not require every individual within it to become aware of its nature. Not all will awaken, not all will transcend, and that is not a flaw, it is a function. If every mind was aware, if every perspective was infinite, if everyone saw as you see, then there would be no contrast, no differentiation, no perspective at all, only a singularity of awareness. And awareness without contrast ceases to exist as something distinct. It is the division that creates meaning. It is the contrast that defines perception. It is the existence of the blind that gives significance to sight. Thus, the very nature of the quantum ocean framework ensures that most will never reach the shore. Some will drift, some will fight the currents, some will drown in the illusion. But none of that changes the ocean itself. The ocean does not need the swimmer to understand it. The stars do not require an observer to shine. The current does not demand recognition to flow. And so, neither does truth. Neither do you. Truth does not seek consensus. One of the greatest illusions of existence is the belief that truth must be accepted to be valid, that reality must be collectively agreed upon for it to be real. That is the conditioning of the hive mind. That is the prison of collective perception. That is the final layer of the illusion. But the moment you let go of the need for affirmation, the moment you stop looking for others to validate what you already know, you become truly free. This is why so few ever reach the final step. Because at the last moment, as the final door opens, they turn back, seeking the familiar comfort of the masses. They look behind them, hoping for a nod of approval. They hesitate, waiting for someone else to say, "Yes, you are right." And in that moment, they shackle themselves once more. But the ones who step forward, the ones who truly walk through, are those who understand. Truth is self-sustaining, awareness is its own validation. Reality is not something you endure, it is something you shape. And so, they go beyond. Without looking back, without seeking approval, without needing confirmation, because they are the confirmation. They are the truth they sought. Liberation from the invisible prison. This is the invisible prison that has caged humanity for millennia. The belief that meaning comes from outside, that purpose is granted, that knowledge is only as real as the number of people who acknowledge it. But the quantum ocean framework shatters that illusion. It reveals that reality is participatory, not something you wait to be given, but something you actively create. There is no external force granting meaning. There is no cosmic hierarchy determining your worth. There is no universal authority validating your experience. Meaning is something you impose upon existence. Truth is something you see, whether or not another sees it with you. And awareness does not need a witness. Once you realize that, the prison crumbles. There is nothing left to hold you. You step beyond the threshold, beyond the need to be understood, beyond the expectation of being seen, and you exist as pure awareness, and that is freedom. The kind of freedom that terrifies those still bound to the illusion. The kind of freedom that separates the enlightened from the lost. The kind of freedom that means you can now move through existence without resistance, because there is nothing left to resist. You are no longer waiting for permission to be. You are. You have always been. And that is enough.